Hey, what's up, everybody? It's DJ Modi from What You Say Radio. Appreciate y'all always tuning in, locking it in right here with me. And in this video, I'm going to discuss and give you my opinions on what was Mayor Tiffany Henyard's downfall as far as her bid to try to get reelected as mayor um, during the primary election that happened Monday night. And so I'm going to break down my thoughts on this right after this video. So keep it locked in, stay tuned, and we'll react after this video. Check it out.
This is the end of an era for Tiffany Henyard in Dolton. The embattled leader lost the race for re-election, but that was only one of several races in the suburbs yesterday. Political analyst Tom Seraphin is with us this morning to go over all of the big races. Tom, thanks for coming in.
Sure. Good morning.
I like it when you stop by.
Yeah.
Let's start with Dolton because that is the most controversial and going to be the most talked about this morning. It seems that voters there have had enough. Over 80% voted Tiffany Henyard out of office.
Landslide.
A landslide.
Wow.
Yeah, talk a little bit about that. The curious thing to me wasn't necessarily the landslide, but it was only the 24% of voters in Dolton went to the polls.
Well, that's the problem. And you take a look at all the municipal elections yesterday, a lot of them were under 20%. So just in contradiction to what happened nationally, where everybody seemed to come out and vote for, either Trump or Biden in the last election. Now we're back, all of a sudden sitting back, and we're not getting involved again. But Dalton was on the front page of all the newspapers for months. It's on the national news, the fighting inside the city council hearings, the boyfriend, the girlfriend issues, the money issues. We have the former mayor from city of Chicago doing the analysis down there. And, which it was a made-for-TV movie. It probably will be made into some kind of movie in the future. But the voters spoke, the ones that were vociferous.
That right there is a great, excellent point that I did not think about in my analysis. Is that yes, this story, this story could literally be made into a movie, and it probably will be made into a movie. So that's a great point he raises right there.
Were there, and they cast their ballots. I mean, if you had less than 30% of the voters, with a landslide, I would imagine another 20%, would have made a lot of difference.
I see. Okay, let's move on to Cicero here. Town President Larry Dominic beat challenger Esteban Rodriguez, another.
So there you have it. There's a little feedback from their perspective on the election that took place just a couple of days ago, where Jason House, the board of trustee, ended up defeating the current mayor Tiffany Henyard by a landslide. She thought she was going to win it in a landslide, but it happened to flip the other way. He got at least 5,000 votes, whereas she had less than 1,000 votes. So the people of Dolton, they spoke, they wanted change, and it was evident. He brings up a great point that there was low voter turnout, which is kind of sad to see, but despite that, the numbers were overwhelming in favor of Jason House's victory. And so he goes on to the general election for mayor that will be taking place in April timeframe, and he's going up against I should have got her name, a female. She's an independent, so he's Democrat. She's independent. Not to mention, remember this, and this will be my assessment or my analysis on what was Mayor Tiffany Henyard's downfall. Part of her downfall was Jason House, who's a board of trustee who ran against her. He was actually in support of her. Matter of fact, he was on her ticket when she picked up mayor 4 years ago. So, that just goes to show you part of her downfall was not taking care of the people that take care of her. And so I wrote some things down here, and I'm gonna kind of go from my notes on on some of the reasons that her run at a second term failed as mayor. The first one is that, in my opinion, that she was all about me. She was all about herself. She was not about the residents. She was not about the people there in Dalton. And what I mean by that, she had super mayor. She built this so-called super mayor persona, right? And she posted all these billboards all across the town township or village. It was everywhere. It was, and we're talking first, second year. We're not even talking looking at reelection, but she had it plastered. Super Mayor Tiffany Henyard posted all over Dolton. And so that was kind of crazy in itself. She planned all these events, which were, I give her credit, they were nice events. She did things such as car washes. She did skating for the kids. She had concerts for the community. She had a book bag, going back to school events, which were great ideas. However, if you've seen the videos, and I've seen videos of these events, again, everything, it wasn't about the people, it wasn't about the kids, it was more about me, her, Super Mayor Tiffany Henyard, and what she's doing for the community. It came off as it was all about her and not for the people. So again, I don't want to fully discredit her for what she things that she did in the community as far as those events, and fairs and concerts and back to school events. I want to give her credit, her due credit, but where she loses me is with the everything's about me. She would have cups and memorabilia about Tiffany Henyard at these events that she put together, T-shirts and all this thing with her. It was about her, and so uh, I didn't like that. What else? What else were some of her downfalls? She alienated her team, and I kind of talked about that with Jason House and the board of trustees. She alienated them, um, and what I mean by that is she caused confusion. She caused controversy. She was a divisive person, and so you either had to be 100% in with Tiffany Henyard, or you were 100% out. And so that creates a division. So within your board of trustees, within your team, that support the fire department, the police department, if you got everybody split and fighting against each other, that's that's very contradictory, and it's just not uh, conducive to trying to uh, build and make things better in the community. How is that going to help the community if everybody is split and divided amongst each other? So that's another downfall that was hers of hers, in my opinion. Also at the meetings, again, it was all about me, her. She had a gold microphone. Everybody else had regular standard microphones. She had a gold microphone to say, "Hey, look at me," to build upon that super mayor persona that she wanted to have. Who has a gold microphone that's different from everybody else's microphone in the meeting? She was also very controlling in these meetings. Uh, it seemed like it was all about her, and she would let the people be heard. She was disrespectful. I listened to quite a few of the meetings. She was disrespectful to the trustees. She was disrespectful to the residents. She wouldn't give residents eye contact when they voiced their opinions at these meetings. She tried to have meetings undisclosed and lock people out, lock the residents out of certain meetings that they had, monthly meetings that were supposed to be open to the public, until attention got brought to the town. And so that's another thing. That is another thing that was a red flag that was part of her downfall. She bought too much eyeballs. She bought too much national attention, outside attention from Dolton into her city, her town, her village. She made herself and the residents, she made them a target where it's just not, Chicago. This is national news. This story has become national news. And so that was another part of her downfall, in my opinion, right? Um, trying to make oh, she allegedly, we'll say allegedly because she hasn't been found guilty of it yet. There's still an investigation going on. FBI is looking into this. Former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot, as we highlighted, has been there. She was hired by the board of trustees to look into everything that's been going on as far as activities with the mayor, spending, budget, things like that. And there's been some evidence of misappropriated, misused funds, Amazon purchases, flights and trips, hotel expenses, security. She had her own security in a small village of Dolton, uh, vehicles for that security. So all these things were being looked at, along with with the town being over budgeted, in a deficit, so to speak. And so these were just other things that brought bad attention, unnecessary, unwanted attention to Dolton. And finally, I'll close with this. To me, Tiffany Henyard was just egotistical. She had an egotistical attitude. When you listen to her talk, it's all about me, me, me. Everything's about me, me, me. And so it's just was just in my eyes, it was just unbecoming to my eyes and my ears. And it was a turn off completely. And so she was just doing way too much, in my opinion. She caused too much controversy. She caused too much hate, and this ultimately ended up in the downfall of Mayor Tiffany Henyard. Now she has a couple more months left in office. This investigation will continue on, like I said, so we'll see what the results of that will be. Um, and as far as her political career, in my opinion, it's over. It's over. I don't know where she could go into politics after this, but she had her opportunity, and she kind of let it slip through her hands. Um, and when you're in a political position, like I stated in my previous video, you're there for the people. It's not about you. It's not about me. It's about the people. No one person is bigger than the people. Remember that. If you're going to be in politics, no one person is bigger than the people. You're there to take care of the people. So you got to listen to your people. You got to hear the concerns. You got to do what's necessary to address those concerns and take the actions to fix those problems that you may have. All right. Every concern doesn't mean that there's a fire, but you have to be willing to listen. Okay. And so that's my thoughts on Mayor Tiffany Henyard. I want to know what your thoughts are. Please leave some feedback in the comments. I got a lot of good ones here on my last video with her. And so I see that a lot of people are, glad that she's gone. The residents have spoken. You can tell they're glad that she's gone. And so if you're looking at this video, let me know your thoughts. Please like, subscribe, share the channel. This is DJ Mo D from What You Say Radio. I appreciate y'all always tuning in. Have a great day. Peace. I'm out. What you say.